Alright, good morning. It is 8:15 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Everyone's got their sugar bombs, their Cocoa Puffs, getting ready to watch some Saturday morning cartoons. Or you are living in our capitalist dystopian wasteland of the future, and you are just trying your best to make it, and you wanted to hang out in the morning and hear somebody in the background also working as you worked on stuff. Whatever your reason, let's prep some Dungeons and Dragons. So, we're working on Red Hand of Doom this morning, and for Red Hand of Doom, we are going to do a lot of miscellaneous prep today. I don't see any notes that I need to worry about, except that Red Hand of Doom got a fanspo from Barnabas. So I'll go ahead and add that to chat. There we go. I'll delete everything else. Alright. This group. So we're down 2 players this morning. One person has a family emergency. One person is doing a family friend obligation. That still leaves us with 4 players, and so we're going to run it. We're going to run the game today, and I dislike games being canceled, even if I'm the player that can't make it. Play the fucking game without me. Run my character as an NPC. I don't care. Now, certain campaigns, like Odyssey of the Dragon Lord, there are some very heavy character story arc related things. The second half of my Skull and Shackles game was very character heavy. If there are sessions that will include scenes or confrontations that are incredibly pivotal to particular members of the group, particular party members, particular players, and they can't make it, I will try to do a reschedule. If it's the finale of the entire campaign, I will try to do a reschedule. But beyond that, I hate rescheduling games. Rescheduling is a slippery slope to campaign cancellation, scheduling, burnout. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your game is important. Agreed. Your game is actually more important than the players themselves. Or the individual players. The game is everyone at the table, it's everything at the table, and you can't keep canceling because one person can't make it, or even if you've got a big group, 2 people can't make it. So we will be playing today down 2 people, entering into a very difficult area, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. What we might do is, because we're also down 2 players and a Beastmaster, we've swapped the Beastmaster out for a temporary character who is a druid. That druid is a necromancer druid, a spore druid. So I think the action economy is going to still be pretty good because they don't have a lion pet, but they do have zombies. So, that's a thing. And we'll see how that kind of plays out and what they do with that. I might ask Red if Red is available, if they want to be a guest player, but I think we'll be okay with just 4 people. I don't know. Let me message Red real quick. Let's see. Red lives in California, so it's 5 o'clock in the morning for Red. Hey, I know it is 5 a.m., but I am down 2 people this morning for Red Hand. Would you like to guest play? No pressure. We have streamer. Alright, there we go. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Alright. I have this to-do list, and I'm just going to start going down the to-do list. So here we go. History, myths, and legends of local monsters. I think that we've pretty much covered that okay in the game. I don't feel like anything in particular needed to be fleshed out more so than it is. We've done a pretty good job of just adding lore as needed. So we're just going to go ahead and check that one off. Here it says weapons, and then there's just a link to a picture of a sword. Cool. So I'm gonna download that picture of a sword, and I'm gonna open it up in Photoshop because it was obviously important to a past version of myself, and so therefore I must have marked it for a reason. So I'm gonna check that off to acknowledge that I have looked at the weapon. Alright, maybe there was more weapons here from this particular artist that we were going to draw inspiration from. Let's see. Alright, we've got just some swords down here. We got a robot. No, I think that's just it. It's just the sword. Alright, cool. Next thing on the list. Map for a town that is visited. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. What is the map for the town that is visited? It is on the Twitter. Okay. That one seems pretty cool. That'd be a cool town. Alright, so we'll go ahead and add this in real quick. Alright. I want the free one, because I'm a cheapskate. Do you have a free one for me? Local herbalist regular 32 by 48 with the grid. Yep, that's me. Just give me that shit. Alright. Everything looks good. Watermarks in place, whatnot. So we'll go ahead and save this out as a WebP and save it. Hub and spoke designs. Design towns are fun. Yeah, I think this would be a good town for just anywhere that they go. Probably, I'm thinking Prosser. If they end up in Prosser would be good. If they end up in Hillwatch, I think I already have a map for it. But basically, if they do get into a fight in a smaller town, this would be a good one to have. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to our Towns tab. I already have this fishing village that is already beat up. No, this fishing village is not beat up. So I got this fishing village that isn't beat up that, for whatever reason, instead of just making roofs, I did teleporters, which is kind of dumb. I probably should have just done roofs on this one. But essentially, you can teleport in and out of the houses to see the interiors. On a small map like this, it's not really that big a deal. And then we've got this little tavern here, which doesn't have anybody inside of it, but it does have some teleporters set up for the stairs to get to and from the floors, and it's got lighting and walls and doors set up. So I have this ready just in case they stay at a tavern, might have assassins sent by the Red Hand attack them while they're inside the tavern. This isn't a great tavern map because it doesn't have any outdoor areas, and generally good combat kind of, especially in a tavern, people are jumping out of windows, climbing onto the roof, and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and add this real quick. I'm going to put tile templates tall and drag that over. Alright, let's go in here and we're going to go to maps, and I guess this would be under travel. We'll go and grab this. And it's 32 by 48. Alright, drag that out onto the scene. 32 by 48. So we're working in 100 grid, so we'll do 3200 by 4800. And we're going to nudge it with the mouse so that it snaps nicely to the grid. And that still leaves us the opportunity to have some interior areas if we wanted to. We could just either drag them out or draw them with the marker if people did want to go inside a building. For the most part, we just want to have this here in case a fight breaks out in a community that they go to visit. If the community ends up being under attack, we could always go and drop some fire and whatnot down on the board. But mostly this is for outside in the town, no interior areas necessary. We do have some interiors. I could just go grab them and toss them into the margins just so that we have them in case they say, well, I go inside this building. But not necessary. Alright, we're going to go and grab the URL from this image, and when we go to set this up, we're going to call this Village Crossroads, and we're going to make this the thumbnail. We're going to go to the grid and turn it off because there's already a grid built into the map. For lighting, we will turn on unrestricted vision range because they're outside and they should be able to see pretty far. And we're going to go ahead and save it. Let's see. Why did it... Hold on. Why did it think that I was changing the underlying settings of the scene? That's weird. Alright, let's try again. Village Crossroads. And we're going to go to the grid. I think it's because I changed the padding percentage because I'm sleepy and not paying attention. And good. Alright. So you can see the grid because it's baked in, because it's a free map from Ori the Cartographer. And I could add some walls to make it so like you can't see over these buildings, and that might be kind of cool. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. So I'm going to make them terrain. There we go. And then because they're terrain, you'll be able to see into it, which is kind of fun, but you won't be able to move through it. And I'm just going to be super lazy. There we go. I could probably turn off Snap to Grid though. And let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to add a bunch of sort of blocking terrain here. There we go. And then I'll set a roof or a wall height on these so that the players who do have the ability to fly will be able to see over the rooftops and whatnot. Alright. Unfortunately, we have to draw the rest by hand because they're all at an angle. Oops. We still want to keep this. There we go. And this guy. And I'm going to probably set all of the heights in one go, which may require me to redo the exterior walls, but that's fine. It'll save us a lot of time. Now, something some people will do is they'll also go in and they'll make a bunch of terrain-based or invisible doors. And then with the invisible doors, they kind of mark like where the entrance to the buildings are and things like that. I'm feeling a little lazy. I don't know if I want to do that this morning. So let's get rid of our bounding box real quick. Because I just want to be able to grab all of these joints in one go and set them all to have the same height. I'm just going to give everything a height of 25 feet. Sweet. Alright, now we can go back in and add the bounding box around the rest of the map. Perfect. Alright. Walk into tavern gets quiet for a brief moment before returning to conversation level noise. As they are there, people slowly begin to trickle out until the place is empty. Bartender goes to the back to get some food and drink. Totally empty, the assassins drop. That's a good scene setting you did just now. That's really well done. I like that. Alright, you know what? While we're here, let's do it right. So, I don't even know if we're going to use this map, but we'll go ahead and drop some implied doors. So, we're going to turn off this tool. And we have Inviso. So we're turning that off. We're turning this off. All right. So we'll put a door here and a door here. That works for me. So I'm going to grab this and this. And then we just say, is door, door. All right. And the same deal here. We can just go ahead and drop that down. And we'll drop this down right here. And then they know, hey, that's where you go to enter this building or whatever. All right. Door. Now, the fact that we're showing that there's places to enter the buildings may incite the players to want to enter those buildings, and honestly, that is perfectly fine. Let's see. Put that right there. Put that right there. Nah, you know what? You can't go into that one. It's too far off map. Let's see. Right here. And then right there. And also back here. Alright. So we'll go ahead and grab these. And I suppose I could use these in another game. The trouble with my Curse of Strahd games is that, one, it's a highly specialized setting, so it's like Gothic horror, so you really only want spooky maps. And I mean, you could achieve that effect quickly in Photoshop or with some lighting effects in Foundry, but let's see, is door update. Alright, are you all doors now? You are. Have a good prep, see ya. Okay. Wow, you dropping 2 fanspos in there. Hell yeah, Lex. Alright. I'll go ahead and add that to chat as well. And pin. There we go. And then I guess, yeah, like the Odyssey game, we could probably use this if we needed a village at some point. So, you know. And then future games, we don't know what the future holds for us. So, yeah. Alright, so going in here, I'm going to go back to, let's see, under attack, and I have some residential interiors from Heroic Maps. They don't match the art style that Ori, the cartographer, is using, but they would provide us with some sample interiors if people did want to go inside the interior of any of these buildings. So what we'll do is just sort of have those, you know, ready to go in case anybody pops into one of these buildings. We'll have some interiors. There we go. Ideally, they won't try to go inside, but, you know, we have these down here just in case. And all I'm going to do for the interiors is just throw a little box around them, because I don't really want them to go in here, but if they do, we want to have that covered. There we go. Excellent. Alright, so the last thing we might consider is, what if they came here at night? What would we do for lighting? So I'm going to go ahead and real quick, I'm just going to add some torchlight. So it's going to be 2040, orange, and then we'll go over here to torch. Calm those titties down a little bit, and maybe just calm the color down a little bit. I wish I had like a preset torch button that I just clicked and it would just pop one out into the world. That'd be fucking fantastic. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna imply that light is coming from windows. And because of that, I don't want the light to be held up by walls. So I am gonna turn off constrained by walls. There we go. So let me see if that took. Yep, not constrained by walls. Fantastic. So we're going to grab that. And I'm just going to put it where if they were wandering around at night, they would see light coming from these houses, essentially. And then, of course, the interiors would need light. And then if we hit the nighttime button, the scene would have lights, and it would look like people live here. All right, so that is taken care of. Yeah, that wasn't a ton of work, I guess. All right, what's next on the random to-do list? We're going to work our way through this whole motherfucker. All right, map of the town is taken care of. Great maps for later. All right, what is this great map for later? Let me see it. Oh, damn, that is a nice map. The Forest Overlook. All right, how big is this Forest Overlook? 30 by 30. All right, this looks like it'll be an easy one to set up. I don't exactly know where this would be. I think I would put this in Marth Forest if they actually tried to go there to find the secret teleporter that they need to get to. So I'm going to go ahead and put Forest Overlook dash Mapzo dash 30x30, and then we will go ahead and put WebP, and we will save it out. All right, and this would definitely fall underneath. Yeah, you know what? I'll put Marth Forest for this. Marth Forest gets its own folder. Whether or not they go to Marth Forest, we don't know yet. We're going to go ahead and do tile template wide, because we might be able to fit 2 maps on here. So if there's another Mapzo Forest or a Mapzo Cave that leads to a teleporter, which we know there is from Witchlight. Let's see, Telemy Hill? Did I back Telemy Hill up? Let's see. Hill. Hold on. I'm going to go check if I got it. The Forge VTT. Do I even still have my Witchlight game? Or did I archive that shit? Oh, I think I archived it to save room for these huge Benios Maps worlds. That's a shame. Let's see. Where would it be? I wouldn't have tagged it as hither. I don't think I'm that smart. Oh well. Okay. I do have a good interior for it. I don't know if I want to light it all over again. So we'll have to see. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab this then. Alright. So we've got the Westering Woods, which is fine. But now we got Marth Forest. We're on this scene. Let's go here and bring this bad boy in. Hey, morning, Dom. Alrighty. And this one's going to be 30 by 30, so we're going to increase it to 3000 by 3000. We're going to put it off to the side here. That looks pretty good. And it makes me curious if Mapzo has anything else that would go in tandem with this map. Ooh, look at that beautiful bridge. Oh my goodness. Old River Crossing. Fuck yeah. You got anything else, buddy? You got a really cool mine. Dr. Mapzo makes some incredible maps. Rocky Coast. Hell yeah. Alright. What else do you have? Show me, Dr. Mapzo. Do you have a cool? Oh, god damn, that's fucking cool. Snowy Mountain Temple. I'm into it. All right. What if this just led to a path up the mountain, and then we just called it quits? I feel like that could work too. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. Alright, let's see what other Mapzo maps we got this morning. Hey, there's an interior. Frozen cave, frozen ship, frozen rocks, frozen lake. A very cool throne room. Would I need a throne room? This would have been great for a Regia, except I went and made my own that nobody ended up going to. Let me cry quietly in the corner for a second. Let's see what else we got. Haunted ship going over waterfalls. That sounds familiar. Here we go. A rat cave. That's kind of spoopy. A sieged inn. Not so much. Pumpkin festival. Not really feeling it. Fey Halloween. I'm definitely getting my weekly dose of spooky, so I think I'm good in that regard. A Hellgate. Well, now that's just gorgeous. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see, a Dracolich's Lair, perhaps. Here we go. A teleporter. That, let's see, that is actually great. This forest altar is exactly what we need. All right, so let's take that. I knew we'd find one eventually, and we will download Forest Altar. And we will open Forest Altar. And I'm assuming this is also 30 by 30. So we'll go ahead and do Forest Altar, Mapso, 30x30, switch it over to a WebP to make Foundry happy. So much of what we do every day is about making Foundry happy. Dice Grimorum has some good free stuff too. Yeah, and they have, I would say, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I would say that Dr. Mapso's style is starting to kind of go in that direction, the same direction as Dice Grimorum. I think that his modern style definitely matches up with those maps. So if you're already using Dice Grimorum's style, you could probably start using Dr. Mapso as well, and they would look great together. They would look great together. Alright. So what I'm thinking is, you go into the forest, and you get to this teleporter. You fight the Green Knight, who is guarding the teleporter. That teleports you up onto this precipice, where the passage up to the shrine is blocked off. So it's like a two-parter there. And I think that's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and start laying out some walls here. There we go. 1 and 2. Alright, and do we really need to do anything else here? I guess we could set up like elevation and terrain. I got really excited about the script that sets elevation and terrain, but I don't really want to bother with it at this point in the campaign. I'd much rather just put like a bounding box down, and then when people are like, I want to go here, I'm like, cool, I'll move you there myself. Because I've got a lot of other stuff I want to prep and work on. So, yeah, lazy. Oh, lazy. Alright, so I'm going to turn off snapping, and we'll go ahead and turn off circle tool. There we go. And we're just going to add some walls here to sort of prevent them from getting into these places. So they could climb up, but there we go. Cool. And we'll make this a door, which is kind of funny. There we go. Let's see. Door, secret, update. Alright, and I think that's the only real bounding area I need. I could make it so like you can't see what's up top here if you're down below. That will make them a little nervous, I think. They can't see what is up top there. Not really that cool, though. It'd be cooler if they could see what's up top there, but it's whatever. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and set a height for this one. So if they are flying, they'll be able to see. We'll say it's, it looks like 30 feet up. There we go. Alright, down here on the ground, same deal. We're just going to use the terrain tool to create essentially a bounding box that we don't want them to escape from. And again, if they never end up going to this map, we will have it prepped and ready to use somewhere else. I think one of my summer projects is just going to be archiving all of my maps into compendiums in like an organized way, so I have a better sense of like what maps I've already prepped, so I don't need to keep prepping new shit every time. That would be so nice. All right, and here, this is a pretty deep canyon, so what we might want to do is go ahead and add a second row of terrain walls. And this second row of terrain walls will make it impossible for them to see up top unless they are tall. Now, mechanically, we could just remember how tall these walls are, or check how tall the walls are when we load the map, or you could make them one-way walls, which I used to do when I was a Foundry baby, and I don't really feel like doing that. So we're going to go ahead and grab all these chains that are up high, and I'm just going to set them at, we'll say 50 feet. That seems pretty good. And it looks like I forgot that one in the middle. So 50, nope, 50, there we go. And here we'll do the same thing. We'll go ahead and sort of imply that you can't see all the way up there. That will make some people nervous because, you know, you're going into a valley, essentially. Alright, do we need anything else for either of these maps? Well, it looks like there's some fireflies on that map, and it also looks like the map could be cleaned up a little bit in its settings. So let's go in here, and we will put Forest Shrine, and then we will put down the thumbnail. We will go to the lighting, and we will change it to green shadows. We will leave unrestricted vision range off, and we will go to the grid and we will make it invisible because Mapso has already provided a very nice grid for us. So we got clouds here. Would make sense for there to be clouds there. So we're going to go to the weather and we'll just turn on some clouds. There we go. And that works. Do we want to put some leaves down? Maybe. So what we're going to do with the leaves is we're going to lower the density quite a bit so it's not overwhelming. And I think we could probably take them as is. Now, admittedly, the mountaintop is... Damn, that's a lot of leaves. Alright, so we could probably lower the density even more. Oh, that's the tint. My bad. No, that is the density. Alright, let's get the density real low. Alright. And I think that that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's go and add these fireflies real quick. I think rather than go find them, I'll just go steal them from the Black Fens. That sounds much easier. So let's go to the Ruins of Rest. And these are from JB2A Animations, who are absolutely incredible if you did not know. I'm going to go ahead and grab these. And then we'll head back to the Forest Shrine. And these will look so pretty on the map. Let's go and grab the orange, because that's what they drew on the map. There we go. Alright. So we got those. And let's put them there and down here. Beautiful. Alright. I feel like the leaves are a bit distracting, even though we turn the density all the way down. So let's also turn the speed down too, so they're not drifting so fast. Alright. Because I just wanted it to be a subtle effect. Alright, because we don't control everything in D&D, we don't know when they're going to arrive here, if it is day or night. Now, the mountain top doesn't have any lighting, but down here, we've established that there are some fireflies. So let's go ahead and add those. So we will do a pulse. There we go. So we'll have that like so. And then there are these mushrooms. Everybody love it when the mushroom is glowing. So we'll go ahead and just do some blue mushrooms. And for that, we could probably just get away with probably just a torch, honestly, that we just turn the settings like way down. So it's a little bit of variance without being over the top. Alright. So we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. And that should add some like mystery and mystique to the scene should it go to nighttime. There we go. So we got those taken care of. While we were over here, I did like the one shrine that they had. So let's see what we got there. Hellgate would definitely be cool. Throne room maybe. But I like this for the top of the mountain. So we can go ahead and download that. And then I think we saw that they had a snowy passage. So maybe that's where that cave entrance goes. The cave entrance goes into a snowy passage, and the snowy passage would lead up to the shrine. Now, this isn't like the best looking snowy passage, if I'm being honest. Not a huge fan of the snowy passage. So we might just say that they walk through it and they get there, and then we call it a day. That works too. Alright, so then the next thing we need is tile template, and we will do another wide, and this will just be wide so that they can throw people off the mountaintop. So let's drag that in there. And did I download it? Let's see. I can't remember if I did. Yep, Snowy Mountain. Alright. So we're going to save this out, and we will change the name to Mapzos, and it will be 30x30. I love these small maps, especially since they're going to be fighting a dragon on this map. That's fantastic. Alright, so over here we will put Shrine of the Wind Lancer. That's pretty dramatic. And we'll go in here and here. We'll go back to our Red Hand folder. Go to our maps. And let's see. Red Rock, Regional, Ghost Lord, Hammerfast, Travel. We're going to go ahead and just call this one Rest Dungeons. Which I probably should have put all the things in there, but whatever. And we're going to go here and grab that and drag that down. Alright, we're going to have to increase the size to 3000 by 3000. Now we could reduce the map size here to be a smaller scale, but I like the idea of it being a really tight map, and it's a bit metagamey of me to do that to them, but I like it, so we're gonna stick with it. I get tired of ranged attackers like not ever being in danger. You know what I mean? Alright, so we're gonna turn off snap, we're gonna turn off square, and we're gonna start adding some of these bounding boxes in. So like they can't go here, but they can at least, you know, see that there's rocks or whatever. There we go. Same deal over here. Alright. And I guess this would go up here as well. Perfect. Alright. So this is not exactly what we need, because we kind of need like a tomb for her to be shrouded in. We don't need a fountain. So I think that Mapzo does have a crypt or a tomb that we could just lift a sarcophagus from. Let's see. Let's scroll back in time, see if we can find one. Alright. Oh wow, look at that dope ass thing. That mountain crossing for like a lower level game where they can't all fly and stuff. Oh shit, that's a great looking map. Hey, there's a good ice map to go through. Little Yeti layer. Alright, so here's a tomb. It looks a bit spooky though. So let's just go ahead and grab it off of Incarnate. So we'll go to Incarnate. And we will go to our 4K exporter. And you can totally just use Incarnate in Brave browser. Don't believe it when it lies to you. It's totally fine. And we're gonna put crypt. No, we need like a coffin or something, a sarcophagus. But I don't know how to spell sarcophagus, so I don't know what to do. I guess we'll just look through until we find one. Alright. Dwarven. And you think by now I'd start to get this shit memorized about where things are, but that is most certainly not the case. Orc stuff, frozen stuff. Maybe they would tag it as coffin if I searched. I know that we also have a sarcophagus in our map directory already, but the style's like not even close, and I'm looking for something a bit more hand-drawn. Let's see. Hell sarcophagi looking pretty spooky. Dungeon. It's a chest. Alright, fuck it. We will do coffin. See what comes up. Alright, those are actual coffins. That's a shame. Alright, so we'll go sarcophagus. There we go. So we got Hell sarcophagus, which is looking pretty rough. Okay, that one's not too bad. It's got like runes and shit all over it. Yeah, let's go with this one. Alright. And we will turn off the shadow. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this over to Photoshop. And we're going to get rid of the background. And then we're going to save it out as WebP. There we go. And we'll call it Stone Coffin, because I'm too tired to spell sarcophagus. And Dunzos. Alright, heading back into Foundry, we'll go to our Maps folder. And go ahead and grab our stone coffin that we just made. And we'll drag it out. There we go. I think it matches the art style pretty well. And we will put it on top of that. And it looks pretty natural. It won't have any grid on it, but that's fine. Alright, we'll go in here and grab this. And going over to Shrine of the Wind Lancer, we will make this the thumbnail in the background. We will change the background lighting to be more icy. There we go. And maybe even this will be more icy as well. We'll go ahead and go to grid, turn that off, and save. Lovely. Alright. I like how there's just a treasure chest up there, like taunting, tempting, like here I am, I'm a treasure chest, come get me. Let's see. Under walls, we probably need to wall off this ledge. There we go. So I will try to wall off this ledge real quick. There we go. That works. We'll go ahead and set a height here to 15 feet. That works. And same deal over here. We'll do like this. Beautiful. And then finally this one up here. The forced perspective of his maps, it always makes me feel like an old school Zelda game. I'm a big fan of his maps, but I'm also not willing to do a full Patreon because I feel like his free stuff is really good, and I just don't need any of the premium stuff. A spitting mimic? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's make a note for ourselves. Actually, let's see. Do we have a spitting mimic? No, but what we'll do is we'll grab a mimic for now, just to remind us that it is a mimic. There we go. Cool. Alright, next we need some light effects. So we want the light to shine down on the coffin. Now it's already drawn shining down on the coffin, and that's cool, bro. I'm real happy for you. But we're going to go ahead and do this. There we go. And the color is kind of a weird peach color. There we go. And I don't think we need to make it flickering, but we could. Ever so slightly. Alright, well how are we going to direct that shit into a perfect beam? So you could set it up to be a narrower exposure so it comes out as a cone. But what we're going to do instead is we are going to take these ethereal walls that people can walk through, and we're going to set up these ethereal walls. So I'm going to do this. Like so. And then I'm going to move the light source to here. And then it kind of comes through. And it goes exactly where we need it to go. And then nobody will be impacted by it. See? We could probably turn up the torch settings a little bit too. Look at that! Oh, very nice. I like it. Okay. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and for weather, we are going to turn on some clouds, and we will, let's see, I'd love if the clouds just went straight up and down for this particular scene. Beautiful. And then, I think that's the default, and then we're going to go to snow, and we will have it not be very dense. We'll do density down on the snow. Alright, now one of the things that this is the Shrine of the Wind, and so the layer action for this scene is going to involve wind. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to JV2A, and that's under modules, JV2A. We're going to go to the library, we're going to go second level spells, and we're going to grab Gust of the Wind. I think it's Gust of the Wind. No, Gust of the Wind's too, we just want actual wind. So let's go to generic, and I think wind has its own fucking folder. There we go. And we're gonna drag out this wind. And you can see that the wind is very subtle. But there it is. And what we're gonna do with this wind is each round, the wind is going to change what direction that it is blowing in. Not sure if V9 is the setting, but you could tell wall to only block light and not sight or movement. Yeah, but that's what an ethereal wall does by default. See, if I go to the settings for the wall, ethereal wall already does that by default. Movement restrictions none, light restrictions normal, sound restrictions none. Oh, my bad. You're right. It would do sight, so we'll turn that off. There we go. So the actors should be able to walk through that wall. We will test with this mimic. Here, we'll give the mimic vision. Alright, so mimic hops down, and he can move through the walls. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out, Tom. I forgot that ethereal wall still somehow blocks movement. Or sorry, Sight. Yep. All right, so I think this map is now pretty cool. It doesn't have any bad guys on it yet, but it is set up to be pretty cool. And people aren't going to be here for a hot minute, so I don't think we need to worry about it just yet. All right, let's go back to this. Great map for later. Big old check. We went down a rabbit hole there. Harvest. All right, what are we harvesting? Somebody's Red Hand of Doom Pinterest board. I feel like we're kind of covered at this point for Red Hand of Doom pictures and such. So we'll go ahead and just check that one off. Finish the Heroes of Rest. Alright, I do believe that I have a document for the Heroes of Rest. There we go. And the Heroes of Rest is Aislinn the Wind and Delirium the Emptiness. They are right up here. Margot Nighthorn, the Cleric of Pelor. Bradley Flameheart, the Charismatic Fighter. Gavin, the Half-Elf Ranger, who is supposed to have a fancy quiver, but he actually had the bladed bow. Shining Servant, Tredora Goldenbrow, the Asamar Paladin of Bahamut. She has already been covered and is still alive. Sanlos Sunfeet, the Halfling Barbarian, has the Hammer of Fury. And Lamia Hideshot Thulu Kate, the Goliath Stone Sorceress, who has the Twin Blade of Crystallized Fate. Jumpin' Jesus. Alright. So let's see what we've got. These are the older weapons. Flameheart is a sword made of fire, protects from fire and cold. Mercurial Reaver, from the one that fucked up the dragon, a glaive of adamantine, gave her the power and swiftness of the wind. Effective against dragons. Heaven's Impact, the biggest ass greatsword, possibly an Earth Shatter weapon. Shit. Well, who has that? Heaven's Impact. Okay, the Radiant Fist is a Radiant Fist Warhammer, blessed by. Okay. The Karmic Edge is a dagger spear that could transfer a condition. And then Captain's Quiver, a Quiver of Alonia, but enhanced ammo that has elemental effect. It sounds like I have a number of different things going on here. So we've got the Staff of Continuation already in play. The Flameheart is a sword made of fire that protects from fire and cold. The Mercurial Reaver from the one that fucked up the dragon. Okay, so apparently I put that in there twice. Okay. So I think that this cool sword that I downloaded is supposed to be Heaven's Impact. So where is that at? Here we go. So we'll go ahead and save this out as Heaven's Impact. And we can't really have apostrophe there in the name. Good. Alright. Now, which hero has Heaven's Impact? I feel like Shining Servant Tredora Goldenbrow would have Heaven's Impact. Alright, so we'll go here and put Heaven's Impact. And then she's also got the Quiver, Captain's Quiver. Beautiful. Alright, so Gavin had the bladed bow. Quiver was kept by Tredora. Alright. Bradley Flameheart has the Shining Shield, but he also has Karmic Edge. So, let's do that real quick. How does one spell Karmic? My eyeballs are no longer focusing. Karmic Edge. Okay. Margot Nighthorn, the Staff of Continuation, that's taken care of. Aislinn has the Mercurial Reaver. Alright, so we need a kick-ass looking polearm for that, essentially. And let's see. Sanlo's Sunfeet, the Hammer of Fury. What weapon would you have, bro? Oh, would you have the Flameheart? I think he would have Heaven's Impact, and she would have Flameheart. That makes more sense. Alright. So, he would have Heaven's Impact. I love the idea of a halfling barbarian having a sword that's like 9 feet long. Fuck yeah. And then the Twin Blade of Crystallized Fate off of her. So wouldn't the Radiant Fist be a Warhammer? Ooh, I've got a good idea. So she's gonna have the Twin Blade of Crystallized Fate. And the King. Alright. King of Dwarves has the Radiant Fist. Dun dun dun. Alright. Because, you know, high level people, they got more than one dope ass magical item. Alright. Nice. Okay. So, with that settled, we'll save that out. Again, this is such a random prep stream. We're just prepping whatever is on my outstanding to-do list of prep. So there's nothing in particular that's being prepped here, which, I don't know. These are just things that I really needed to get done. Alright, so under weapons, man, this is so poorly organized. Let's go ahead and grab Earth Shatter. No? Alright, hold on. Earth Tremor, Earthquake. Fuck it. We'll just grab a Greatsword. This will be a Greatsword plus 2. Let's see. Let's do a Defender. We'll do a Defender Greatsword. There we go. Kind of a pain in the ass to manage. Yeah, you know what? Fuck that. We'll just do the plus 2 Greatsword. Alright. Greatsword plus 2. Drag that bad boy over. Alright. And this is going to be Heaven's Impact. And we'll go here. We'll go to Red Hands. We'll go to Loot. I'm going to grab this and do Weapons of Rest. There we go. And we'll go grab Heaven's Impact. Alright. Now, I don't really feel like finishing all of these today. I don't feel like designing a bunch of incredibly powerful magical weapons. We're going to say that the weight of this weapon is 50 pounds. Alright. This oversized stone greatsword deals immeasurable damage. Can shatter the earth itself and protect its wielder from harm. Alright, all that sounds fantastic. Okay. So, how it works is thus. This is a greatsword plus 2 oversized. You must be a large creature or have a strength of 20, yes, to wield it. We'll go with 18, it's fine. Ooh, let's go 19, so you gotta get them Gauntlets of Ogre power out. Fantastic. Alright, let's see. Alright, the weapon deals, we'll say 6d6 slashing damage. However, Whenever you strike a target, you may reduce the damage dice rolled to generate additional effects. Beautiful. Alright, so one damage die equals free action shove attempt. One damage die equals, let's see, let's go 2 damage. 2 damage die equals, what's the thing that protects you from taking damage? Is it Blade Barrier? It's probably not Blade Barrier. What's the cantrip that protects you from taking damage that nobody ever uses? Fuck. Cantrip to take. It's like, man. Cantrip that grants resistance. Blade Ward. There we go. Alright. 3 damage equals Shatter. Cast at level 2. Centered on target of this attack. You are not immune to this effect. Period. That sounds freaking awesome. Alright. Once per day, you may drive the blade into the earth, shattering it. Once per day as an action. There we go. You may drive the blade into the earth, shattering it, causing an earthquake. Per the spell with DC 18. Alright. If you do this, Heaven's Impact is destroyed, but if you remain attuned, it reforms from the earth you sleep upon during your next long rest. Wow, that weapon is fucking cool, man. That is fucking cool. Alright. 66 damage per swing. That ain't bad, baby. That ain't bad. But being able to, like, activate a Blade Ward on yourself, shove somebody, and cast Shatter instead of doing damage, or any combination of those, hell yeah. That's a cool-ass weapon. Alright. So let's go over here. And we're going to list off these weapons to show ourselves what we still have to deal with. So we're going to do Heroes of Rest Dungeons. And then there's also going to be one that is Heroes of Rest Weapons, or just Weapons of Rest. Alright, so we have the Savage Bow. We have the Heaven's Impact. Okay, and we have the Staff of Continuation. Those are already taken care of. We don't have the Mercurial Rear. And let's see. We don't have the Shining Shield. We don't have the Karmic Edge. We don't have the Radiant Fist. And we don't have Flameheart. We don't have the Captain's Quiver. It's a lot of cool magical items in this campaign, if they're willing to take the side quests to go get them. And I think those are it? No, there's one more, right? The Twin Blade of Crystallized Fate. Okay. So we will just check off Savage Bow, Heaven's Impact, and Staff Continuation. So we still need to design all those other weapons. We already got Margot's dungeon taken care of, and we already got Gavin's dungeon taken care of. Check. So let's see. Acelin the Wind. Let's see. Acelin the Wind, we have your map, but not the encounter. So you only get that part checked off. Okay, Bradley. Alright. So, let's see. I got a question here. Why would Bradley Flameheart not have the Flameheart sword? Why would he have the Karmic Edge and the Shining Shield? Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, there's got to be a story there about why Tredora has the Flameheart and the Captain's Quiver that she took from these other two adventurers. Alright, so Bradley, we have the map set up, but we don't have the encounter. And I don't know if they're actually going to do that one at all. Alright, so then next up is Sanlos Sunfeet. And we don't have the map or the encounter done. Alright, and then Tredora isn't dead, so we don't need that. And then Lamia Hideshot. I know where she's going to be, but we don't have hers done, and we don't have her encounter either. So we got a ton of work there. Let's keep going. A Potion of Berserker Rage. Let's see. Did we bother to make that? We did not. I don't even remember what the fuck the Potion of Berserker Rage was supposed to be anymore. Ugh. I don't know if they have the Potion of Berserker Rage. I'm just going to skip over that. Layla's Hawk Familiar. A little late for that. Let's see. They just have this Bloodhawk. It's not my finest work, if I'm being honest. You know what? If they haven't asked about it, we'll move on with our lives. Mushroom Mines for Dwarves. Oh, he gave her his heart, his flame heart. Oh, good shit, Dom. Good shit. Bradley was a bit of a ladies' man and a man's man. A Scanlan short halt, if you will. Okay, so I actually already prepped this map, and it looks pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see. Where is it, though? Dwarves? There we go. Fungal Caves. There we go. Look at that. I don't think I set up, like, a spore effect here. It's drawn on the map, but it's not actually there. It does have lighting enabled, though. So, let's see. We'll go here. We'll go to other embers. Embers make pretty good spores. And we will change these to hot pink. And we will lower the density. And we will increase the size. There. Now there are spores that will be floating around in this dungeon. Cool. So what was I going to do here? Essentially, if they go to the dwarves, the king is going to send them here to deal with an infestation of undead fungus from the Thorn Waste. This is because they tried to tunnel into the Thorn Waste to gain access to its rare resources, and then they dug too deep, too greedily, you know how dwarf do, and now they have these fungal tunnels full of horrors and nightmares that they're dealing with. I feel like this will just be more of the same. We'll just take some of the greatest hits from the previous one. There is a temptation, of course, to make a big-ass fungal monster right here. So, what would be a good thing for that? Fungal dragon. Dragons are always fun. Oh, I know what I was thinking of. What if we took that moth dragon from, what's that game called? Monster Hunter. Moth dragon. Monster Hunter. Gore. What's his name? Gore Magallis. Gore something or other. Hold on. Monster Hunter. I just call it Moth Dragon. Gore Magala. There we go. Alright. And I think I have a Gore Magala miniature already too. Yay, look at that. Well, it says... here we go. Gore Magala token. Lovely. Alright. So, we'll just go and grab Gore Magala. Who's better, Dom? Is Shaguru Magala better than Gore Magala? Alright, let's see. There's Gore Magala. And there's Shaguru Magala. Outrage Shaguru Magala is CR25. Oh, baby. Wow. I like that. Viral Discharge. Legendary Resistance. Virus Geysers. Oh, there's a spore-based Valhazak. Oh, man. I don't know if it's been imported yet or not. Valhazak. Is it Black Veil Valhazak? CR26. Effluvium Spores. Magic Resistance. Bite, Claw, Tail. Effluvium Blast. Ear-Shattering Roar. Effluvium Spores erupt from its body. Alright. Damn, which one do you think is cooler? I mean, it feels like... It feels like Valhazak is definitely cooler. This one's more about like poison and disease. This one is more about actually getting out there and doing mushroom stuff. Alright. Let's see if we could find Black Veil Valhazak. Oh yeah. Look at that mushroom boy. Or girl. That one's got titties. You know how the internet is. Oh man. Damn, that looks pretty dope. Alright, let's see. Save that bad boy out. Open it up. Oh yeah. Good stuff. Good call, Dom. Good call. Alright, so we're gonna go to... Oof. I think I'm gonna have to stop in a little bit. I got a little bit of migraine. I'm gonna take some migraine meds before and get some coffee before the game starts. Let's see. Bark, PHP, tokens, active tokens. Where's our square at? Classic, square template, classic square January. You know what? We'll just go with it. All right. I know it's not January anymore. I know. Let's see. Close that. We're not going to use you, Gore Magala. There we go. And we get rid of this cutie. And... yeah. Let's get this guy in here. Oh. Awesome. Okay. Image, auto contrast. Nah, you know what? I kind of like it dark. There we go. Move you down here. And I'm not really digging this. I want it to be like spookier. So let's take that. That works. Actually, we'll go with that. And we'll save it out. Okay, black Vale, Vol, Hazak. Alright, so this is something that we do probably want to work on because it's, you know, they are going to be heading to the dwarves, I believe, next. So, there we go. Alright, go here, go to Red Hands, monsters, bosses, there we go. Alrighty, and let's see, go ahead and put that there. I think we want it to be a little bit bigger, so we'll go with 5x5. That sounds fun. For the blood, let's go with that silver color. That's kind of cool. And I can't imagine that this guy doesn't have an aura or something. His body is covered with 4 white spore pods. Whenever a creature touches or hits him with an attack, it releases 2 spore clouds that fall onto the ground in adjacent spaces next to him. The clouds fill a 10-foot square cube, spread around corners, and the area is lightly obscured. It lasts for 10 minutes or until a wind blows it away. A creature that starts their turn there, hey, don't go anywhere, takes some damage and is cursed. While cursed, its attacks deal extra damage to them. The white spore pods on their back can be attacked and destroyed. Well, that's dope. Alright. Let's see. I feel like we need to make a couple of actors here. Actor number 1, Valhazak Sporsack. That's disgusting. Non-player character, create. And then I guess we could just go get a visual effect and drop it on the map, but might be better to just have an actor to keep track of it, maybe? That could work. Alright, so we'll make another actor, and we will call it Spore Cloud. There we go. Alright. Man, this guy's got a lot going on. Alright. So what does it say about your spore sacks, sweet baby? They can attack them. They got an AC of 15 and only 30 hit points. Aww. Alright. So 30. So one hit, essentially, from most of the people in Red-Handed Doom. It's wonderful. Immune to acid, poison, and psychic. Damage types that get very rarely used. Acid, poison, psychic. Vulnerable to fire. Alright. And this guy, I believe, has a vulnerability to fire. So, overall, I can't imagine it's going to be too hard of a fight. He doesn't. He just has immunity to necrotic. Oh my. Okay. But a fireball would kind of burn all these babies up. So, that's the thing. Alright. That handles that pretty well. And then down here for the spore cloud. Alright, we're going to go to modules, and we're going to go to JB2A. There we go. And I guess we'll just go to Fog Cloud. What is that? Fog Cloud's like a first level spell, right? Fog Cloud. Alright, and would it be green? No, it kind of just sounds like it'd be white. Alright, so we'll do that. And then for the prototype token, we will link the actor, never show the name, make it bigger than it's supposed to be, go 2x2, punch that shit in, but go in and get the actual animated one. And that should be good. Alright. Cool. So we've got that taken care of. Regeneration. 30 hit points at the start of its turn if it has at least 1 hit point. If it takes radiant damage or holy water damage, this trait doesn't function. Okay, they've got druids. They'll be fine. Magical resistance. Bite. Claw. Tail. Alright. The tail gets a saving throw versus prone. Weak sauce. The claw. The bite. I feel like it should have like a life-draining bite. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So half the damage dealt is gained as healing or temp HP. And then half the damage dealt. Oh, that's a weird place for you to be. Half the damage dealt is reduced from the target's max HP. That's fun. Alright. Cool. Effluvium Burst lets out an ear-shattering roar. Each creature... a 300-foot radius. Oh my god. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. While it cursed in this way, you make wisdom saving throws at the start of your turn. If you do nothing, you do nothing? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. While the effluvium dispersed at the start of the Valen's next turn, all destroyed spore pods regrow on its back. And 10 spore clouds. Oh my fucking god. How does it trigger this ability? It just says 1 action recharge. Jesus Christ. Okay. Wow. For 3 legendary actions, the Valhazak exhales a cloud of effluvium bacteria in a 9-foot cone each, or 90-foot cone. Each creature in that area makes a DC 21 Constitution saving throw, taking 20 d6 necrotic and cursed for 1 minute on a failed save, half as much on success. On a not curse, a creature's saving throw is successful. The creature is immune to this curse for the next 24 hours. While cursed this way, the creature has disadvantage on all attack rolls against the Valentine. Jesus Christ. How many different curses can this bad boy lay down on you? Oh my god. Siphon Curse. Each cursed creature within 60 feet of the Valhazak must make a Constitution saving throw, or they take damage or half as much. The cursed creature's maximum hit point is reduced by the amount taken. Oh, well then we probably don't need a Vampiric Bite, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's get rid of that. Boop, boop. Boop. Alright, let's see. And then he can tail attack. Alright. Wow. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. Okay. Well, that's what they're going to have to do if they want the dwarves to join the fight. The end. Alright, let's check our to-do list. Oh, I guess we should drop Val into this scene, right? Before we forget. Let's see. Prototype. Make sure we do that. Okay. So, Valzak. Wow, you're supposed to be 5x5, baby. What are you doing? Did you not save any of your settings? Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, there we go. Cool. It will crawl out from there. And then these spore clouds. Lovely. Alright. And yeah. Overall it's good to go. And then he's got these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. Okay, so that boy is ready to go. Okay, NPC Ron Swan Song of the Sparrow Spears. Well, I would like to keep prepping, but I want to go grab some coffee and some headache medicine. I will be back at 10 a.m. I am very sad that we didn't make it further, but we did manage to prep in about an hour and a half. I want to say, what, like 5 or 6 maps. We made a boss monster. We made a kick-ass high-level weapon. Yeah, we did get a lot done. Like, don't get me wrong. We still got a lot done. So, and this whole area down here, Heroes of Rest, this is like repeated up top. So I think we're kind of good on that. We will next Saturday do the same thing. I want to get all of these miscellaneous tasks taken care of before I go ahead and flesh out the Battle of Brindle and the Fane of Blood, which was the Fane of Tiamat. But other than that, we don't have a lot left to prep for this campaign, though the things I listed are more than enough to keep us busy, I think, until the end of the campaign. Alright, tonight I'm running some Curse of Strahd off stream. They are finally making it to Valakai in that game. Pretty excited for them. Tomorrow morning, we've got Curse of Strahd Daybreak. They should be arriving at the Sarah Pools, so that should be pretty exciting. And then tomorrow night, we got Mythic Odyssey. They are finishing up stealing a boat. Monday, we've got Odyssey Prime doing some time travel. Tuesday, double feature, Cyberpunk Red and Pathfinder 2 Abomination Vaults. Wednesday, nothing's going on. Thursday, Curse of Strahd Nightfall. Friday, we'll do some vodcasting. And then Saturday morning, we'll be back here. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend, and I will see you next time.